right. So we got going here. We've got a couple people. I'm gonna give another minute or two, squad. Can y'all hear me? By the way, maybe drop a thumbs up or something in the chat if y'all can hear me. All right, there we go. We'll get kicked off here soon. Everybody, what's up? We got a couple people joining in here. I think this chat is live. First time doing some YouTube live here, so try and figure it out. Let's see. Chat's live. Hey, we in there. Yo, you got audio over there, Joe? Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get shit kicked off here. So if y'all got questions, just throw it in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that up here in the chat. Okay, copy. So just looking at Bitcoin, it's interesting right now. Markets, kind of tanking. We got the halving coming up in April 20th, about 17 days out right now. So that's historically been a major event, right, in crypto. So I'll kick things off just on Bitcoin. I always like to look things at a high time frame. What that means is not hourly, not minutes is what we're looking at. So start off on high time frame here. So looking at 3 days, just kind of overall review here. We got a couple areas of confluence. What does that mean? Just a lot of areas where things just go up, pull back, go up, hit, pull back. And that's what we're seeing right around 69,000 bucks, right? Which was the previous all-time high here. So if we're like really zooming in here, shit looks like it's hitting the fan, end of the world, everything's going down, but it's not. I could see it having a bigger pullback, and that's where it's super important too that you're not overextending yourself in the market. You're not going all of the money you got, because on these pullbacks, it could be a good opportunity to throw a couple extra bucks in, right? So just looking at Bitcoin here, my kind of thoughts is I don't think interest rates are going to be reduced in June. I don't see it happening. I think that with the halving, that'll be a big event to give the market a boost. We could still see this come back down into 63,000. 57 would be kind of crazy. And at that point, honestly, just buy a grip of Bitcoin. But I'm really thinking pull back into this area, maybe some consolidation. This is what we like to see. This is a healthy chart where we go up, push up through all-time highs, consolidate right around that range. And I'm thinking I want to be conservative. One of my biggest mistakes last cycle was investing in the market and just thinking it's going to be up only, go up for forever. So that's why I invested in it. It's such a good time this time around, because I just never exited the market last time. That was my first actual crypto cycle, right? So this time being a lot smarter, more conservative. I would rather make good money and pull out on time versus try and get greedy, try and nail the top, and then you just get cooked. You get caught being the one holding the bag on that. So I'm thinking my plan around Bitcoin, at least, is take it into August, September, really see where we're at, and probably try and start taking some things off the table around this $100,000 mark. And the thing with Bitcoin is, I think this, especially when it comes to like institutional investors, before it was all retail. So it's just people like you and me buying Bitcoin, trying to just us move in the market. Now you have BlackRock, right? You have Fidelity, you got ARK, these asset management companies who are handling trillions of dollars. You're talking about more money than some countries. So these ETFs, this big ETF talk that we were talking about back in February, those got approved. That's helping pump this market. That I think is going to take it to some crazy highs here. With that being said, I don't plan on selling off all the Bitcoin. I am going to be holding a decent amount of Bitcoin, just honestly for a long time. Some of the things that I'm for sure going to be selling out of though during this run is going to be the altcoins. Those I think are still going to have those normal cycles where they go up 5x, 10x, 100x, and then just absolutely crash 80%, 90%, right? So just again, coming back here on Bitcoin, high time frame, and really everything is what I kick things off with. We're holding this. Now going through in the Discord, just for the record, if there's anyone joining who isn't part of Discord Dimes, I'll go ahead and drop it in the chat here at some point, and I'll throw it in the info section on this video once it goes ahead and posts. But make sure to jump in Discord Dimes. That's where I'm throwing in all my plays, literally all the bags I do. I break down these charts sometimes on a daily basis, but more times when there is a little bit more action, a little bit of hesitancy as well. Try to help build some confidence on that and give my point of view. Let's go ahead. I'll just jump down to Ethereum. And this is on TradingView for the record, what we're looking at right now. For me, it's got the cleanest charts. Here on Ethereum, I am not a huge fan of Ethereum. First and foremost, it's super expensive to do any kind of trading when we're talking about Ethereum. I'm sure y'all have seen this. You know, you're going to buy something, a crypto, and it costs you like 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks just to make a trade or some kind of swap. And for that, absolutely profitable. But this thing it's not really moved a whole lot. You know, we're talking about if you bought back here in beginning of 2023, obviously that was a long time ago, super bloody in the market, really all of 2023. But you're talking about 1,500 bucks to, let's call it 39. What is that? About 50, 60% increase on that, where some of these alts are literally getting 5, 10, 15, 30 X's on that. So Ethereum, not a big fan. There is a potential ETF approval decision coming up in May. If ETF can get approved for Ethereum, I see it can make a run, and I'm definitely not counting it out. I just think when you're thinking about the money you want to make, risk to reward, right? And potential opportunities. I can park my money in Bitcoin, which in my opinion is a lot more secure than Ethereum and has a pretty damn good upside, very good upside. And then if we're talking more like degenerate type investment and risks, I'm throwing it in altcoins where I can get a 5, 6, 10, 15, 20x on that. Ethereum, I don't see it doing those numbers, not a chance. I'd rather park my money in Sol outside of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, I'd say it's probably around 40 or 50% of my entire crypto investment is in Bitcoin currently. And that's more, again, like a long-term hold. Now we're talking about how we're going to make the money so we could realize some of those gains, cash out, as well as roll that into some of those profits into a Bitcoin. So Sol on here, major run. This is something that I was super fortunate in. Again, just how I was mentioning in the beginning of the stream is I just literally bought things at the top, 3 years ago, 4 years ago here, and just kind of rode them down. So I actually ended up accumulating a good amount of Sol around 15 bucks is my average. So it's been a crazy, was that about 13x on that. So, but Solana, when you think about ease of use, Solana, like the Phantom wallet, download it. You can trade things very easily on Sol. It's quick. It's super cheap. So you're talking about more people can afford to trade on the Solana blockchain. So it's going to attract more people. And that's what we're seeing right now. Right now in crypto, more than ever, there's like meme mania, right? So it's just like these cat coins, these dog coins, everything like that. Most of those, if not damn near all of them, are being traded on Solana. So they're just onboarding a lot of people. I would not be surprised. Like, nothing in life is 100%. 99% certainty is hitting all-time highs. So it's another $60. That's another easy 30%. But I would be surprised if this doesn't go to like $500-$600, which is 2 to 3x from here, and not as much volatility. Next, POW. This is one that I have a decent sized bag in. I got in, no cap, like 3 cents. So this has been something crazy. I ended up selling about, let's call it 10-ish% of my bags up here. Just, I think this is going to go higher, but when you start to see like a 30x that I saw, I want to realize some gains. I'm going to roll it into some other areas of opportunity. PYR, this has been a little bit of, man, this one's kind of let me down a little bit, to be honest, but I still have heavy confidence. And this is what we like to see, not only in crypto, but in stocks, is if we see here, it's just up and down in the same area. This is what we call consolidation. So it's consolidating. It breaks out of this area, right? So it goes up above this area where it's just back and forth in the same area. Consolidation breaks out, comes back to retest, and then we're pushing up towards not all-time highs, but recent highs in this. This is like an area of confluence right here, right? Little support, resistance area. I still have high conviction on PYR. It's gaming. I think a big narrative, obviously memes, and I think gaming and AI. Obviously, those are going to be some big areas of opportunity. And usually alts, you don't, or at least historically, you don't see these things really start to run for 18 months, up to 18 months, could be 6 months, up to really 18 months post-halving. So there's a lot of time. I still think we're in early. I have high conviction in this. They've been around for a minute, and I'm really not selling anything. I'll sell 10 to 15% of the bags here, around $20. I mean, we're at 650 right now. That's a clean 3x right there on this potential investment. I would not have a major portion of your bags or portfolio here in PYR. Beam. This one, another one, I swear I didn't get into everything early, but this is another one that I got in relatively early to, something I called out in the Discord. Again, if y'all are not part of the Discord, jump in at Discord Dimes. I'll throw it in the info link here on this YouTube video once it's done loading. This, I haven't really cut anything out of this bag, even though getting in probably around, I think it was realistically, it was closer to a cent. So about a 3x, nothing crazy, nothing to write home about, but I'm not going to be really cutting anything until we hit about 9 cent mark, which nice 9x on that. Not too shabby, right? Let's jump into AVAX. This is something I've talked about. I think I called this out. I can look it up to verify. We're probably somewhere around like the $20, $25 mark on this. But again, something you're going to see in a lot of these cryptos, and something we like to see, is going to be that consolidation, that breakout, retest. I'm telling you, this is what we look for. These are setups, the high conviction plays. Not everything's going to win, but you look for probabilities, not only in stocks, not only in crypto, when it comes to real estate, when it comes to anything, right? The risk reward probability it's going to hit is better than, if we're just kind of closing the eyes, shooting something on a dartboard here. So consolidation, breakout, retest, same thing, breakout, retest, breakout. This is the type of chart I like to see. I'm a big fan of AVAX. I haven't cut anything here. Well, pretty nice at this point. Not going to cut anything to roughly about $80. And I think a lot of these things, especially with the AVAX and some of these more popular coins, all-time highs, I'd be surprised if the entire market doesn't pump crazy. That institutional money, typically what happens, Bitcoin pumps and rotates into these altcoins that just send them to Valhalla. Just send them to the fucking moon. All right, Link. This shit's boring to me. You know, if we can get above, I mean, this is something with like actual utility, but I mean, utility only goes so far. When we got cat coins and dog coins being sent to the moon, it's not really about utility, I don't think, outside of like a Bitcoin, but it's more about, okay, well, what is the market saying right now? You know, so I think that if Link can pop above this $20 mark, then and consolidate a little bit, I could see easy 28 to $38, and we're talking about at $17. That's a nice 2x right there. How about chain swap on Base Network? Let's see if we can pull this up. Chain swap. Some of these are so new too that the charts like this, there's not a whole lot I can look at and break down in regards to like price action here. Let's see. Chain swap. Let's see if we can pull up another chart. Maybe I can look. I'm not seeing a whole lot here. RGZ, this is pretty new, huh? The chain swap. Good amount of trading volume. Huh. This thing's ripping. I'll tell you that. That's not bad, right? If you got in here. And some of these things, just so you all know, if you go on CoinGecko, I'm a big fan of CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. This is where you can like just look up the different coins, right? You can jump into, I'll just go to the homepage. I'll come back to CoinSwap in a minute. But CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, you can go in here. It just gives you all the different coins you can look up. You see things that are trending. You know, if you want to look for, okay, what about, you know, meme coins that are really popping off right now? Or we can go into different categories, right? We want to focus on like AI or, you know, layer one, meme coin. So DPIN, you know, a lot of people talking about DPIN or RWA, real world assets, right? So CoinGecko makes it easy to kind of break these things down. So let me go ahead and jump back into the chain swap here so I can peep it. Not a whole lot of anything that I could really do price action wise on this. You got it at 2 cents. This is the wrong one right here. See? Yeah. Sheesh. Nice little 10x on that, huh? The question is, are you going to hold on to the bags or are you selling it? That's I don't know if there's something you want to sell right off the rip, but maybe take a couple bucks. And that's the biggest thing too, is like, in my opinion, everyone's entitled to their own opinion here, but if you're seeing like a 2x, 5x, 10x, 30x, right? It's like at least get back your original investment. That's what I think, because if shit hits the fan, at least you didn't lose any money on it. You know what I'm saying? And 100 mil market cap, I mean, it could happen. We got everything kind of pumping to 100 mil market caps. And these pullbacks, this is the biggest thing I always preach about in the Discord too, is like we see these major run-ups and some pullbacks. It's been like a couple days, maybe a week of some pretty strong red days. If you haven't already overextended yourself liquidity-wise and you got a couple bucks, it's the time to buy when the days are red, not when it's green and everything's pumping. But yeah, chain swap, sheesh, it's nice, 100%. Going back to the charts here, Filecoin, love this. It's big. I mean, it's silly. We're talking about all-time highs on this, nutty, above 200. I don't know if Filecoin is about to pump to 200 again, but I'm telling you, I see a clean, easy pathway to $20, $28. I'm probably not going to touch much until this hits $40, which we're talking about a 5x at this point. But again, consolidation, breakout, past consolidation, retest, consolidation. Once this clears 11 bucks, off to the races to 20. Super clean. This is one that I dropped, and I didn't get the best buy on this one, but this is one that I have pretty high conviction on. Oh shit, this had a nice move here, like almost 20% in the last day or so, or in the last couple of days. This one I got in a little late. It's still a relatively small market cap, relatively small. Just shy of a milli. Just shy of a billy, 783 mil on this. I have my average is, I think it's probably closer to about like 24, 25 bucks. I'm down like 10, 15% on this, but I have high conviction. This is like gaming narrative. This is AI narrative all in one. So this is something I got a couple bands in this to say the least here, but I have high conviction on this. Not the worst looking thing. If this drops back down to this next kind of area of consolidation, I'm just going to keep adding on this one. This is prime, by the way. Alluvium. We hit on this before it really started popping off. I'm talking like legit 40-ish kind of dollars, 50-ish kind of dollars here. So this one, gaming coin narrative. I like where our money's out. Consolidation, breakout, retest, breakout, retest, consolidation. That's what we look for. That's what we look for. I like that. Helium. We had a little webinar. What was it, on Sunday? Maybe 2 weeks, a week and a half ago. It was up here. I said this is not looking great, and it's not looking great. I got a decent amount of money in this. Fortunately, this is one, I have about a $3 to $4 average on, so still in the money. One that I do have long-term conviction on, like 100%. But it's like, damn, if I would have sold at $9, I could have seen a 4x and then rebought here. It's tough. I've been getting better at doing the active trading, but a lot of these crypto bags, I'm not actively trading. I'm more doing that on the stock side of things. So just something to keep in mind. It's really hard, I think, to be able to just nail bottoms and nail tops. So for something like, at least in crypto right now, I see a long term, like the rest of this year, the next year and some change historically, the next 18 months after the halving, I see a long run. For me, I'm not trying to actively trade. I'm just adding on red days, just keep averaging in. And my game is to start selling off a little bit towards the end of the year. So I think that is the easier and probably potentially even more successful thing to do in regards to the crypto market. So I don't love the way this looks. I don't know how much money I'm gonna throw back into this until, like, this is free fall mode for me. Maybe there's a chance like around this area. We see the low right here. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. We see like this area of confluence went up. That's what I like to call resistance. Goes up, retest, breaks out, retest the same area right here. So this is an area of confluence for me that I think is a pretty interesting area. I would really hope that it holds right around this area and consolidates. If it doesn't, sheesh, man, we're going down another 50% from there down to $3. So hoping it really holds around here. If it happens to break down here, $3, I'll throw money in there. I know for a fact we're going to make plenty of money on the other bags. So shit, I'll hold this bitch for the next 3 years if I got to. But I know long-term helium, we're going to do just fine there. It's just I don't love the way this chart is looking. So me personally, I'm not throwing any money in here until I can see some consolidation in one area or another. An XRA. This is, I'm sure if y'all are on Twitter, you're probably seeing some things in like the whole crypto Twitter around real world assets. BlackRock, first they got approved for the Bitcoin ETF, and then now I think they're going to be one of the first ones to try for this like Ethereum ETF and like real world assets and things like that. So this is an area that I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity. I have a couple bucks in here, definitely not a big part of my portfolio. This next one, Vanry. I got in here right around the 20-cent mark, wrote it up to 38 cents. I haven't sold anything. Again, high conviction on this, just long term. This is a hold play for me. This one is one that I called out recently. ICP. this thing's been around for a long time. If we zoom out, this chart gets insane. We're talking like a couple $1,000, like the wick up. Now, I don't have high hopes that this is going to run to $2,800 again, but I do see this doing X's, multiple X's on this. So again, if there's one thing that y'all can take away from this stream tonight, it's let's find these crypto or these stocks. I'll go over a couple of the stock plays here that we called out in Discord a little bit, but it's like, just look at the charts. At first, it kind of seems complex. It's like there's a lot going on, but if you just try and like simplify it, just dumb it down, look for areas of consolidation. Where do things keep hitting on the stock chart, right? We have previous resistance. What happens at this level? Resistance, which means it goes up, it hits it, falls back down, goes up and hits it, falls back down. We consolidate for a little bit, goes up, pushes through, consolidates, pushes up, reacts around this level. Now it goes back up. This is what I like to look for. And for that reason, I started to invest some Skrillly into ICP. I like this. Relatively low market cap on this. Zortio, what's going on? Zortata. Other couple ones to go through here. Loop ring. This is one where it's starting to get to interesting territory for me. Really like this around the 30-cent mark. I think my average is right around there. And ICP, internet computer. Exactly. ICP. I do like this. I would be very, very surprised if this doesn't hit 38 to 54 bucks. There's your 2x, there's your 3x. And I mean, what's crazy, y'all, is if you're working with, even if it's a couple hundred or a couple $1,000, you only need to double up money so many times before that little chunk of change becomes a pretty significant chunk of change, right? So that risk management, you don't need to hit 1,000x. Sure, it's nice, people have done that already, but you just need to double up a couple times. Game changer. But ICP. Loop ring. I like this. I like where we're at with this. Don't love where we're at with this. Consolidation, little trend line, which I did here. Trend line breakout. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if this comes back down to kind of test. This is like an area of contention right here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. This area right here, around 33 cents. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if it comes back down here. But this I'd like, we're talking about really my first target. I'm not touching anything here until we get to about $1.17. And another thing that I think is very important, when things are ripping, absolutely just going nuclear, it's really tough to, in the moment when you're just seeing the money start to pile up, it's really, really tough to be like, okay, I'm ready to sell. When this thing, it just seems like it's going to go forever. So I think that's why it's important to have a game plan. And this is things that I promise y'all, I'm going to call this out in the Discord when I start to unload some of these bags in the coming months and the rest of this year. I'll let y'all know in the Discord, but these are things that I marked out. I know the areas of where more than likely things are going to happen. Not for sure, because God knows who knows what's going to happen. But these are areas I'm going to start to trim. So I think that's super important. Set up those price targets, before we actually start really, really ripping here. Another couple things, Zig, not in love with that. What else have we called out over there? Okay, so this is one I haven't yet called out in the Discord. I'm very super selective about things I called out in there. I threw a couple bucks in this. There is a new category. It's called layer threes. It's really new. I think there's going to be a big opportunity here. I follow, I'm on crypto Twitter all day. I got some people I learned how to do charts and everything who are just absolute hitters. This is a play that they like. I don't feel comfortable yet calling it out for y'all in the Discord just about yet. If it gets back to this $70 range, I have a notification turned on for me. So if it hits back in this range, I'll start to load some in here. And that's when I would feel comfortable calling this out for y'all. Mike, what's going on, baby? So yeah, this is something I do like. Y'all can invest in it at this point if you like, but I'm It's not one I'm comfortable calling out for the squad just yet. Again, not till we get to this this $59 to kind of $68 region. DMT. We got the ticker up here. So as I'm going through here, y'all can see the ticker here. If you plug this into TradingView or CoinGecko, again, easy place to kind of look up some of these cryptocurrencies, or CoinMarketCap. Otherwise, ticker is up here that y'all see. Sushi. This one has been like a like a nasty X right here. You know, I keep going in and getting out, going in, getting out. I don't know. This is like textbook consolidation for me. That's textbook consolidation for me. What I would like to potentially see here, and this is not something I'm going to throw money in just yet, but like if we can see this come back up here, consolidate, and then start going up, then I like that. That's like a clear, easy $5 mark area right there. And when you're talking about this at about $2, it's 2.5x, just right there. So this is one that I'm not sold on. Honestly, I think there's better opportunities for the moment until we get back above this kind of like consolidation right here. But I think the name of the game is a couple different strategies. One, if you got some Skrilla, you can get in, so you don't need to time it perfectly. This isn't a buying range. I don't think you're going to be in a losing position whatsoever in 6 months from now if you buy it here. The question is, can I get it at, you know, $1.30? You know, it's 20% more you get for your money at that point. So either you want to time it perfectly, or you can start to invest now, or the highest probability is you wait for it to break out. Sure, you don't get a good, like a super good price, as good as you would have gotten, you know, 25% cheaper, but you know, you buy it when there's a trigger for you to buy. Pat, what's up, my brother? It's been a minute. It's good to have y'all in here. Okay, calling out the last couple of things here, and then I'll just go over a couple of things in regards to the stock plays that we called out. Moon River. Will, I remember kind of chopping it up with you about this, you know, when it was breaking out from the $7 range, went all the way up to 43. I wasn't quite sold on it just yet. And as we see now, that's kind of played true. I don't always get things right. This one just happened to be right to kind of hold off on this. So I don't know where the hell this is going, but to me, that doesn't look great. If it can hold, see this, when we're talking about these charts too, it's like areas of confluence, right? We had rejection, resistance, consolidates, breaks through, retest, consolidation here. This could very easily, in my opinion, just drop. Otherwise, if it consolidates, goes up, then we got some room to run on this. Not one I'm throwing money in just yet. I think there's better investments at this point. If y'all have any tickers, by the way, you want me to check out, go ahead and just peep here on the charts. Just go ahead, throw them in the chat. Anything y'all want me to go ahead and walk through here. Otherwise, I mean, that's really everything I've gone through. Yes, I'm looking at these other things right now, but nothing I really got too many bags in outside of the things that I covered really up here towards the top right now. All right, making the switch over here into something I called out a little bit ago. It's had a little bit of a pullback last couple of days, as has the entire market, but this is Robinhood. My high conviction around here is when crypto pumps, you got to look at not only the coins, but the businesses or the companies that benefit from crypto. Because when people start to get into the crypto and the bull run, there's transaction fees. These companies who help these trades go on, big money, funny money, right? Robinhood is one of them, outside of Coinbase, which is one of our other plays we got going on. But Robinhood, so they're onboarding a lot of people. They have recently done more after hours trading. Their numbers are going up. Their earnings have been doing very good. Users are up quarter over quarter, year over year right now. And this chart is dope. This is what I like to see. This is a money making chart for me. We got a consolidation. We got a breakout. We might get a retest. I don't know. If we do, I'm just buying more. I'm with the retest, and that's the thing. If you go all in and things pull back, then you're stuck holding the bag until it goes up. So I'm pretty well deployed on this, but I have call option on this extending in January. Fully confident we're going to be making probably 2 to 3x on this. Can't guarantee anything, but I'm feeling good about a 2 to 3x on this easy on that call option. So if it pulls back to the $16 range, I'm loading more money. I don't see any world where this doesn't hit $30. I just don't see that not happening. So highly confident on that. And I got really two main plays right now that I'm in regards to like active on the call options. It's Robinhood is one. I got a decent sized bag in that. And the other one is Coinbase. This was probably the biggest no-brainer of all time during like all of 2023 when this shit was at $30, $50. I threw in a good amount of money here. And this shit's gonna hit $1,000. I literally no doubt. Minimum is hitting 420 from here. Funny number, right? But this is when it IPO'd back in 2021. It's been super sketch since then, quite frankly. This was like tail end of the bull run here. Anyways, but you obviously can't go back in time and buy this at, $50 if you could. Load the boat. Let me know. I'll hop in that time machine with y'all. But now at this point, what we're looking at is 250 that's a good buy. I think long term. If you're buying call options gets dicey. I would never recommend that to people who haven't done a good amount of option trading, just because you can make money, but you can lose money real quick. And I'll be the first person to tell you that. I've lived both sides of that, cashing the fuck out on options and literally losing it all on the same option, right? So you got to be careful around that. But if you're talking about just buying a bag of Coinbase, you can do TD Ameritrade, just through your regular stockbrokers. Buying a bag and holding it long term, love it. Why? Again, going back to institutions, BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK, they're all buying Bitcoin through Coinbase. Most of y'all, me, I buy my stuff through Coinbase. They make funny money on transaction fees. And outside of just transaction fees, they have, a subscription-based thing, which if y'all are continuously buying crypto, probably not a bad thing to sign up for. I think it's Coinbase One. Obviously not a sponsor of them, right? But that'll save you, could be $100 plus a month in fees. That'll save you signing up for Coinbase One on that. So I think they give you like 4 to, however many trades free per month on that. I think it probably runs you like $30, but if you're someone who's throwing a couple $1,000 a month plus in that, for every 1,000 you invest, I think it's probably like $20 to $30 transaction fee. So if you're throwing a couple bands a month in crypto, Coinbase One, great idea to sign up. Going back to that, how that, bringing it full circle, that's just another area that these guys are pulling in revenue on that. On top of that, they're the custodian. So not only does BlackRock and these institutions buy their Bitcoin through Coinbase, but Coinbase holds those Bitcoins for them. So they're making interest. Super, super profitable. You see this after the earnings, just to the moon. After earnings, major run up. Next earnings is, let's go ahead and peep this, May. End of next month. This very, very high conviction on Coinbase and on Robinhood. Those are like my two long-term holds that I have in regards to my call options. And I don't think I really got too much in Robinhood on just like the normal, just buying and holding just a spot buy on that, just normal stocks. I got like option contracts on Hood. Coinbase, I'm holding the actual stocks as well as option contracts on that. My expiration times are pushed out to January on that. And yeah, I mean, we already been at this for 40 minutes here, so time has been cooking. I appreciate y'all popping in here. Anything else y'all want? I'll give you a couple moments here to throw it in. Otherwise, I'm gonna call it here. Probably last thing I'm gonna touch on here is just this is something that I actively trade. I've recently gotten into futures. I've been like actively day trading since last April. Like officially in April, I saw a lot of people making funny money. And I just thought, these people ain't that much smarter than me. I feel like they're not, sharp cats, but I'm just going to invest some time in that. And, I'm more consistent now than I have been in the past, like bar none. But it takes time, And so if it's something that y'all are interested in or hearing more about, y'all can hit me up. If you're in the Discord, you got my details. Most of y'all in here probably got my personal anyways. You can hit me up at any time. More than happy to talk stocks, charts, crypto, whatever it is. With that being said, I appreciate y'all hopping in here. We're going to try to do this more often. Have a good night.